What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's up? It's Linford.
And it's Annika again. If you're new to this channel, actually, no. Let's start again. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
We can say what's up together, babe.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
What's
up, y'all?
you got it timid. I gotta put this bumpers, man.
1, 2, 3.
What's up, y'all? It's Linford.
No, we gotta do that again.
Oh man,
right.
coordination.
1, 2, 3. What's up, y'all?
It's Linford.
And it's your girl, Annika. Welcome back to a new video. If you are new to our channel, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe because you don't want to miss out on all the fire videos we're going to be uploading. And if you're already a subscriber, hey y'all,
Welcome back.
Welcome. Thank you guys for all the love and support that you have shown us since we opened our channel. I can't believe it's been like 2 weeks now, right? And it's been amazing. Yeah, it's been an amazing journey, and we just thank you guys so much for your love and support. And we couldn't really be this energetic to be making videos if it wasn't for you guys, so thank you again.
Thank you.
So today we're going to have a little story time and tell you guys how we met. So if you are interested to hear about how we met, then stay tuned. So let's take it all the way back to 2014 when it all started.
Oh man, all the way back though?
Can you believe it's been 5 years?
Yeah.
And to think we almost didn't make it. We almost did not make it in the very beginning. But let's get started. So 2014, let's say like month of May, right? So
April, May, something like that.
Yeah, around April or May. I was in school still. This was like my very last few weeks of school before graduation. So around that time, like Snapchat had just came out earlier that year, and I never made one until around that time. So on Instagram, I was kind of promoting my Snapchat video. My Snapchat. I was like, go ahead and follow me. I just made a new Snapchat account. Go ahead and follow me. Not knowing that he was one of my friends on Instagram. Like, I don't really, know everybody that I follow or who follows me on Instagram. He follows me on Snapchat and instantly DMs me on Snapchat.
I need to.
Instantly.
You gotta slide in the DMs.
So that was the initial stage where like we start talking on Snapchat or whatever. So we were DMing back and forth on Snapchat for about like a few weeks or whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then I don't remember what he said, but he said something that I just did not like something that was not cool with me. So I ghosted him. I was out. 2 weeks into us talking, I was like, nah, I can't do this.
I was like, okay, let me wait. I gotta play the long game, you know?
Yeah, so
the long game.
I stopped messaging him back on Snapchat. So I graduated from school, packed all my stuff, came back home. May is over, June is over. We didn't talk for those 2 months. July comes. My birthday's in July. My birthday's July 21st. And my mom is funny. Well, let me first say this. We're Africans, right? To be specific, we're from Sierra Leone. So our parents like to combine things into one. So she wanted to celebrate my graduation and my birthday in one. So my graduation cookout and my birthday celebration was like all in one event, right? So my birthday passes, I'm making snaps like, yeah, it's my birthday, it's my birthday. He watches it. I can tell, because you know how Snapchat, you can see who watches your stuff. So I see that he watches it. He never said happy birthday or nothing. Didn't say nothing to me.
I couldn't.
My cookout comes around. He's watching all the footage I'm putting on Snapchat. He didn't say a word. So that irritated me. I don't know why it irritated me, but it did. Like, we wasn't talking. I'm the one who stopped talking to him, but for some reason I was mad that he wasn't saying
that's what you
anything.
call the long game.
I don't know why I was mad, but I felt some type of way. So I was so angry. So I messaged him on Snapchat. I'm like, so you're not even gonna say happy birthday to me?
I was like, oh man, you was having fun.
I was
so
like,
I ain't
you're
trying
not
to
even about to
peace.
say nothing to me? I'm like, are you serious? He was like, well, you're the one who stopped talking to me. Facts. I was like, facts, but still. So we started communicating again after I reached back out to him, which is so funny. So we're still communicating on Snapchat. We haven't exchanged numbers at this point. And then, you know, Snapchat can be exhausting when you constantly have to keep writing back to people because you have to open up the application. You got to swipe to the left to open up the message. And sometimes, half the times, if you don't show that you want to save it, the message doesn't save. So I always forget what I had said before for him to respond. So it was just a mess. So I'm the one who gave out my number first because I was just like tired of the Snapchat back and forth thing.
She gave me my number.
Yeah, so I gave him my number. I was like, just text me because I'm over the Snapchat.
I think that was Monday too. In the morning, he gave me a number. I remember the day too, because I was like, damn, she gave me the number.
So instantly, when I gave him my number, he instantly texted me like within 1 minute.
Right.
So texting went on to then we had called, and our first conversation on the phone was so awkward. Like it was crickets.
I didn't know what to say, and you didn't know what to say. You were shy, but after that, everything went good. And
I think the only reason why I was shy is because I'm the type of person, like, if I'm talking to you, I hate when your attention is somewhere else. Like, he had people in his background that he was talking to, so it made it hard for me to connect with him because
I remember
he
why.
wasn't really paying attention to me because he was talking to the people where he was at.
There. He was like, who called you?
So he was talking to them, and then he had me on speaker at one point. Yeah, so it was just really awkward. Like, I really couldn't open up because I'm like, no offense, but I don't really know you, and I don't know your brothers at this time, so I don't really want them hearing our conversation, you know? It would have been cool if you could have stepped out to another room.
I tried to, but they were trying to be nosy. But
so our first initial talk on the phone was mad awkward.
I think it was like for 5 minutes, and then I was like, I'll call you back.
Yeah, it just wasn't right. It was so off. It just was not right.
Fast forward. I think the weekend came, he was like, hey, my cousin.
Yes, so shout out to my cousin Angie.
Angie, what's up?
So her birthday, so now we're a little bit, we're past like maybe the ending of July. My cousin's birthday is August 4th. And she was having her birthday at one of the popular clubs here in the DMV area, in DC to be specific. So she had invited me and my friends to go. So at this point, me and him have not even met yet. We're still texting at this point. So I was like, this would be a cool way for us to meet because with the climate and how things was, I don't want to meet somebody I never met for the first time. He could be a serial killer. He could kidnap me, you know. So invite him to a space where there's mad people. So if anything was to happen, I got eyewitnesses. I got people around. Come on, man. Well, that's how I was thinking in my head.
I understand though.
So I was like, I'm gonna invite him to my cousin. And I checked in with my cousin to see if that was okay, and she was like, yeah, that's fine. Invite who you want. So I invited him to the club. So we can meet, right? And I also did that because I really wasn't in the thinking space. I really wasn't in the mood to like have deep conversation. So the club was the perfect space because it's loud music, so there's no way we can get in deep thought. So that's how I was thinking. So that's why I invited him there. So the day of our meeting comes, and that whole day I was just stressed out. Like, I was trying to figure out how my hair was going to be, how I'm going to do my makeup.
Trying to impress me.
Earlier that day, me and one of my best friends, we went out to the stores looking for outfits. Like, it was crazy. So the days going by, like, I feel like that day sped up so fast. I swear, it sped up so fast. And it's already nighttime. So we're getting ready. So me and my friends, we went to the club that night. So I'm like anticipating his arrival. So the whole time I'm in the club, I'm just like looking. I'm like, oh my gosh, is that him? Is that him? Like any guy who like was approaching that I thought looked like him, because of course I saw his pictures on his page. So any guy that I thought looked like him, I was like, oh my gosh, is that him? Is that him? So my heart was just beating fast that whole night. So I really didn't enjoy myself really, because I was just like waiting for your arrival.
Man, in the beginning, but after that, we had fun.
Hey, what's wrong? Why is it every time we record, that's when you want to make noise?
Hey. I told you.
So he texts me. He's like, I'm outside, but they're not letting me in because I have sneakers. So you take over from here.
Oh,
because
man.
I had no idea what was going on until I got a text from him. Like he had some issues in the line coming up to the club.
Well, I had Jordans on. I dressed up nice and good. I had my Jordans on. I was ready to go to the club, and the dude was like, "Nah, you can't wear tennis shoes or Jordans in." And I was like, "Damn, really?" But he was like, "You can pay $40 to come in." I was like, "Damn, do I really want to pay $40?" I walked back and forth. I was like, "Nah, I need to." So I paid the $40. I was like, "Okay, well, where you at?" I text you, and then you like on the second floor, I think he said. And I walked in. I was like, "Oh, she looking good." I was like, all right.
let me tell my first impression. So he eventually comes up. He was like, okay, I'm in now. He texted me saying I'm in now. I was like, okay. So I'm on prepping myself, you know. I'm making sure. Ready. Yeah, I was like pumping my hair, making sure I look good, putting on some more lip gloss. So as soon as he called, I instantly know that was him. Obviously, because I've seen his pictures on Instagram before, but I was impressed. I was like, okay,
yeah,
he's cute. And the first thing I looked at was his shoes, because your shoes say a lot about you. And he has some Jordans on, so I was like, okay.
Fresh.
I know your whole outfit that you wore that day. You had some Jordans on. I think you had, was it black jeans?
Yeah. And
then you had a polo shirt, and you had some glasses on.
Yep.
See. So he was looking good.
Hey, but you was looking good too. But remember, you had that open top. I was like, ooh.
So I had like a tube top.
TMI, but them titties was looking scrumptious.
I had a tube top on, and
I think you made that, right?
I made it. So what it was if you're African, it was like a lapa. So I kind of like twisted it and made like my own style to it. So that's what I wore. But throughout the night, I don't know if I was sweaty or what, like the lapa was loosening. So by the time he got up, like my titties was like,
you got it to pop out. I was like, wait. Oh man, I wasn't ready for that. Like,
yes, hindsight, maybe that wasn't a good outfit choice, but like I said before, I was stressing, like I didn't know what to wear. So, but he liked what he saw, regardless of what he's talking about. Anyways.
And I pulled up on the table. You was kind of shy. You sat away from me too.
I was shy. I was shy. Like my friends was like, talk to him.
Yeah,
talk to him.
What's up?
Yeah.
And then
I was shy.
And then we started talking. Mm-hmm. We had conversations though. And then it was like, all right, you want to dance? He was like, yeah. And then we started dancing.
So at that point.
And then your best friend,
well, before we get there, at that point we had left the group. So we weren't at the table where like my cousin and my friends were. We had left to like another area so we can like have some privacy and dance a little bit.
Yeah.
And my best friend, she was... It's like she was like my bodyguard. Like she was like checking. Looking.
She was like, you good? You alright?
Yeah, like, she like every like few minutes or so, I just see her like coming around the corner looking like, you okay? I was weak, but shout out to Shakia. You was bomb that night. But yeah, she was like checking us to make sure, and I appreciate that because you never know. Like people can be scary nowadays.
I wasn't scary though.
No, but not the same. We didn't know you, so you never know.
Yeah, but we're in the club, so.
Yeah, so we was dancing. We had a good old time.
I think you guys was leaving.
Yeah.
I walked you all the way to your car.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Text me when you get home, blah, blah, blah. And then I think he was impressed. He's like, oh, okay. He walked me to the car and all that. I was like, yeah, yeah. And then you went home, you text me. I don't know what you guys said in the car though, but I think I
No, I didn't know.
I think I gave you a kiss.
Yes.
I gave you a kiss before you guys left because I think you was in the back seat. And I was like, all right, bye, good night. And then you guys left. I was like, ooh.
Wait, you're like moving too fast. So he walked us to the car, and then my friend had like a 2-door car at that time. So I was sitting in the back. My other friend was sitting in the front. So before I got in the back, I gave him a hug, and I was saying bye, and he kissed me. Just a peck though, no tongue. Just a peck. So and then I think you said, or I think I said, let me know when you reach home safely. So I got into the car, and then he actually waited there until we pulled off, and then he started walking to his car. And then like one of my best friends, she dropped off my other friend first, so I was the last person to be dropped off. So like when she was on the way to my house, that's when you had called me saying that you reached home safely. Yeah. So I was on the phone with him on my way back home and stuff. So that's how we ended the night. And then from there we were like talking constantly. And then he asked me out on like our first official date. Because I wouldn't really call the club a date. Yeah, that was just our initial meeting. But he asked me out on our first initial date.
And then during the conversation, she told me she loved seafood. I was like, she was a good restaurant with seafood, and then had the crab cake place.
Yeah, it was a crab cake place.
You can meet me there. I told her you can meet me. I can pick you up. Oh man.
Alright, hold on 1 second, y'all, because my dog is crying for some attention. Yeah, on our first official date, we went to this seafood place, and I love seafood. That's like one of my favorites. So it was a good date. Like, well,
before that,
yeah.
I couldn't pick her up because she live in Virginia, I live in Maryland. So I was like, well, can you meet me at this restaurant? I give her the address and all that. But I was late. You was late.
Hold up. Before we get there, can y'all believe he made me drive? I live in, I'm not going to say where, but I live in Virginia. And he made me drive all the way to Bowie, Maryland.
Well,
that's like a 45-minute drive from where I live.
My thinking was, if she
he didn't even come pick me up, or at least like drive me, or like we can meet halfway.
Well, the date I planned was gonna make up for that, for me not picking you up, right?
Anyways,
exactly.
Whatever. We can't cry over spilled milk. Don't be. So, I was running late. So I eventually get there. And he was actually running late too, but he got there before me. So we enjoyed our day. We now we had a chance to get into deep thought, into conversation. We had a chance to get to know each other closely and all that stuff over food. And the food was really great. We actually just celebrated our 5-year anniversary, and we went back to that same restaurant, where it all started. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that first date was good. Because after we ate, and then we went to the movies. But the movies was like, I think the movie was like 9:30. We'll finish our dinner. I think it was 8:30. So
so we had like time in between to talk a little bit.
Like we had an hour to talk. So we talked for like an hour. She was asking me deep questions, blah blah blah. I was like, oh,
you have to.
I was like, damn,
ladies, you have to. You got
investigation.
That initial
like,
stage,
man.
you have to get all the questions out, because that lays the format and the stepping stones to your relationship. So. And at that point, I saw something going. So I had to get all that questions out the way so that I knew that we had like a clear path moving forward. So.
Then we had a good day. After dinner, we had watched the movie. Then and I said goodbye. I think I gave you a kiss again. And then I called you when you got on. I was like, I'm home too, blah, blah, blah. What's up? Now, I think we talked that night till like 3 o'clock in the morning for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, around like the initial like first few years, we used to talk up to the morning, like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And then from there, we kept going on, numerous dates and all that stuff. I don't know. I think my mom knew something was up.
Because you was going out
Yeah, my mom knew something
Often.
was up. So one day she had called me into her room, right? Because at that point I was still living in my mom's house. So she had called me into her room. It was like, Annika, come sit down. So when you're African and you know your mom wants to have a sit down with you, your immediate thought was like, oh no, what did I do now? So I was so scared. I was like, what did I do? So she was like, you're not graduates. You need to start having friends. So friends is code word for boyfriend.
Exactly.
At that point, I didn't mention anything about him to her prior to this conversation. So when she mentioned that, like, I was taken aback because me and my mom never really talked about this, like, boyfriends or boys in general ever. That's just not something we did, you know? So I mentioned to her, I was like, well, mommy, I was like, there's this guy, you know, I kind of like him, but I don't really know, it's too early, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
and she was like, why didn't you invite him to the cookout? I'm like, because, at that point, I wasn't trying to tell her.
My point exactly.
I wasn't trying to tell her that, what had happened previous, that I ghosted him and he was never invited, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, it just couldn't happen. I didn't get a chance to invite him, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, okay, so since you're not sure and since you don't know your next steps, invite him over to the house. I'll make some lunch and then I'll be able to let you know if he's a good guy or not. So mind you, we've only been dating for like a month at this time.
Man,
so it's brand new.
And for me, I was like, your mom invited me. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, no.
So I told her, I was like, my mom wants to invite you for lunch. This was like on a Sunday, so it was after church.
Yeah.
I was like, so just come over after church on a Sunday. And he was hesitant. He was like, it's too early. I don't want to meet your mom right now. Blah blah blah. And it is. I gotta agree, it was early. However, that's just something you had to do if you wanted to be with me. Like, you had to meet her. It was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So he eventually gave in and he came. When I tell you, he was mad nervous.
I wasn't ready. Because I didn't know
nervous.
what questions your mom was gonna ask me. I was like, man, that's a pressure situation, Like I was sweating though. I was like
he was nervous.
Sweating.
She didn't grill you. She asked like pleasant, like easy going questions.
Like
she didn't dig in too deep.
She went in like easy in the beginning. I was like, okay, all right, and then she asked a couple of questions like who. I was like, oh man, I don't know.
There was some.
I think she asked like questions like, what you think, like, how's the relationship going? What's the plan for my daughter and stuff like that. I was like, oh man, it's only been a month. I don't really know.
Yeah, there was
like,
some
what to
points
say.
he was stuck and he wasn't really answering. So I kind of had to. I saw he was struggling a little bit, so I had to help him and assist him with answering the questions.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know.
I told him it was gonna be a lunch. He came in. He had already ate before coming, so he barely ate his food. So that was another thing. So, but it went well. Like after he left, me and my mom sat down and talked again. She liked him. Like she got a really good first impression. I mean, she obviously knew you were nervous. Yeah. And she was okay with that. She was like, yeah, I approve. She was like, just take it slow. Don't be too fast. Don't rush. And I was like, yeah. And then from there, he officially asked me to be his girlfriend in October.
Yeah.
So from August to October, that was like a 3.5 month span. So we're officially like girlfriend and boyfriend at this time. So then I introduced him to the rest of my family, like my grandma, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, and all that stuff. And then I get to meet his family. I met his brothers first, and then his mom and grandma and grandpa and stuff. And then the last person from my side that got to know him, and I really took my time with this. Probably like a year.
I think was it one and a half.
Maybe a year and a half in. That's when I introduced him to my dad, because I wanted to really make sure that this was the guy like that was good enough to meet my dad, because my dad is like a no nonsense person. He really is not going to take your crap. And I know that about him. So I was just preparing myself and just making sure that our relationship was, you know, was
Very
solid.
solid and
yeah,
strong.
it was solid.
Yeah,
and,
I understand
you
that
know,
too. I was like,
to meet
I was
him.
rushing to
Yeah.
meet him too.
So, and plus, like, I'm the only child, and I'm a girl at that. So, my dad is going to be, you know, of course, overprotected, as he should be. So, I was just taking my time with that. So, he eventually did get to meet my dad. And, of course, my dad...
Another solid questions.
Yeah, my dad really... I feel like my dad asked you the hard
man.
questions.
Oh,
my
yeah.
mom didn't ask you the hard questions.
Yeah.
My dad really digged into your education and your job. That's really all he cared about.
Exactly.
Was, is you making money? What's your background?
Can you take care of my daughter?
Exactly.
And all that? Like,
That's what he really cared about. But it was a good, you know, it was a good meeting.
Yeah. And then the other thing, we talk about sports.
Yes, they bonded over football, which was amazing. So that was something really good. And to this day, like, they're always, you know, making fun of each other because my dad is an Eagles fan and he's a Patriots fan. So they're always like, you know, clashing jokes, which is pretty good.
Because you guys won the Super Bowl and we lost.
I'm also an Eagles fan by default because of my dad. I grew up watching Eagles games because of my dad, so I just became a fan myself. But yeah, so like we've met everybody in our family. So
everybody. Except one.
Ooh.
My dad.
Well, I mean,
because
not face to face, but I met
country.
him over like video call. Yeah,
that's totally. Everybody else.
Because he doesn't live in the States.
Yeah.
But yeah, we met each other's family, and 5 years later we're still together.
And all our family get along too, though.
Yeah, all our family gets along.
Right.
So it's pretty cool, you know. Even though we met on social media, like there's always like this controversy, like don't ever meet your future husband or your future wife over social media. Don't ever meet your future husband or your future wife in the club. We did both of them, and we still here.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah. So I mean, my advice is like, don't go looking for it. It literally would just happen, because that's our story. We didn't look for each other. It just kind of happened.
Because I was scrolling through my Instagram and I was like, yeah. I was like, I click on your page. I was like, oh, she cute. Let me holler. I send you a message, and
from there, like, that was it, really. It almost didn't happen because I did ghost him, but I came back 2 months later because I was in my feelings that he didn't wish me happy birthday, which to this day, I really don't know why I was so mad, but I just was. So, I don't know.
But hopefully you guys can see how we grow in the future, get married, and have kids.
I'm just
it's coming.
saying.
It's coming. That's all I can say. It's coming.
So yeah, that's our story, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and share.
Subscribe.
Like, comment, and share, and of course subscribe to our channel so that you won't be able to miss out on any of the new videos that we have. And until next time, y'all. Bye.
Peace.